Hello students, we will today start equation of a straight line revision. Last day we did section formula revision. So before I do this, we will solve like 8 to 10 problems of straight lines which are mostly from previous year's questions and some other questions which I think are important. So before I start to do the problems, so let me give you a quick review on straight lines. It won't take much time. Uh, okay, let me give you a brief summary, okay, of straight lines. So let's say this is a x-axis, this is y-axis, y dash origin. Okay, all right. So if we have a straight line like this, cutting the y-axis at some point here, and this is the angle theta with the positive x-axis. Okay, so what will be the slope of this line? The slope should be, let's say slope is m, that will be tan theta, right? So slope m of this line L will be tan theta, and this C, and let's say this line cuts the y-axis at an intercept at a distance C, then C is called the y-intercept. So C is cutting the y-axis, right? So it's called the y-intercept. Okay. So now we can find the equation of this line L. We know what will be the equation of this line L. So basically this is called as slope intercept form. Okay, so this is called as slope intercept form. So the equation of that straight line L will be, according to slope intercept form, y equals mx plus c. Okay, so y equals mx plus c will be the slope intercept form. Now let's say this equation only, this straight line only, let's say this straight line, you know one of the points, in the straight line x1 comma y1, and you know the slope of this straight line. Okay, you know the slope and one of the points, so this will, so basically you can use this point slope form to find the equation of this straight line. Okay, if you know one of the points and you know the slope, right now I'm not deriving anything, right? I'm just basically giving you the summary which will be needed in this, which are expected, which are expected that on this chapter equation of straight lines. Okay, so right now I'm not going into the proof and all those things. So let's say, and in case you want me to, just let me know. I can make a separate video out of that also, that's fine. Okay, so this is slope m, this is x1 comma y1. Why? Actually, I did a video on this, but it's on 11th, 12th. But the straight line one will kind of help you on that. I made 3 videos on straight lines actually for 11, 12 class. Okay, so but it's fine. Right now, you don't need to go into too deep. If you remember these results, I think that is good enough for problem solving. Okay. So if you have like a point x1 comma y1 and a slope m, so you will use point slope form, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay. So now let's say this is your number 2 point. This is our number 1 point. Okay. Slope intercept form. Number 3, let's say you have 2 points given in a straight line. You know 2 points of a straight line, which is x1 comma y1, x2 comma y2. What will be, this is called as 2 point form. You know 2 points. So what will be the equation of the straight lines when you know 2 points? It will be y minus y1 divided by y1 minus y2 equals x minus x1 divided by x1 minus x2. Hope this is clear to you guys. Okay, so this is 2 point form. Let me write the fourth point here. Let's say this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Let's say you have a line like this which is parallel to x-axis. a line parallel to x-axis. What will be the equation? This line equation, you see here, whatever x we have, but the y is always constant. So y is always constant no matter whatever x we take. X is 1, -1, 3, 5, 7, 10, infinity. Its y is always constant. So basically it will write y equals constant. Similarly, if you have again an x-axis, if it is parallel to y-axis, a line parallel to y-axis, let's say a line parallel to y-axis. So what will be the equation of this line? You see, no matter what, the x equals constant, no matter what the value of y is. So here you will write x equals constant. Okay. So these are the 5 points. We have two more points, 6 and 7. Okay. I will just write 7. Let me first complete 6. Okay. So let's say two parallel lines. For two parallel lines, slopes are equal. That is, let's say this is one line L1 with slope m1. This is another line L2 parallel to L1, okay, with slope m2. Here m1 equals m2. You see, this comes from common sense only. So let me just do it real quick. So let's say this is m1, slope line with slope m1, okay, and this is another line with slope m2. If these two are parallel to each other, then these two thetas are equal, right? These two thetas will be equal, right? So if these two thetas are equal, then tan theta will be equal. So tan theta is basically same for m1 and m2. So the slopes are equal. Okay. Hope you got it. So number 7, if two lines are perpendicular to each other and their slopes are m1 and m2 respectively, then m1 times m2 will give you -1. These are the 7 results that you need to remember for your boards. Okay, that this 7, I'm explaining a little bit here. If this is a line L1, let's say, just going straight, and this is a line L2, which, and this is perpendicular, L1 is perpendicular to L2. Okay, if L1 has slope m1, if L2 has slope m2, then you will get this result, m1 times m2 equals -1. So hope these 7 results: 1, slope intercept form, point slope form, 2 point form equation, when line parallel to x-axis, line parallel to y-axis, two parallel lines, what the slopes are equal, and two perpendicular lines, the slopes are, the multiplication of the slopes will give -1. Hope you remember these results. Okay, so start. Let's go to the problems. And before we see the problems, so what? Before you see the solutions, what I would request you guys, see the first problem, try it on your own, and then go to the then see the solution. Okay, any problem when I start, pause the video, see the solution. Sorry, see the problem, try it on your own, and then see the solution. Maybe if I have a better way or something like that. Okay, then that way it will be a good exercise for both your mental ability and brain, everything. It's a good exercise. All right, so let's move. So it's saying find the value of a for which the following points a a comma 3, b 2 comma 1, and c 5 comma a are collinear. Hence find the equation of the line. Okay, so basically it is saying we have to prove that these 3 points a comma 3, b 2 comma 1, and c 5 comma a are collinear. Basically that means they lie on the same line. Okay, this is collinear. Same line, they lie on the same line. Okay, So how can you prove it? Basically, you see, if they all lie in the same line, then the slope, if you find from B and A, slope if you find from B and A should be equal to the slope when you find from C and B. From C and B if you find, and from B and A if you find, the slope should be same. And when you form that equation MBA equal to MCA, you find A. You find this small a comes from here. Okay. So let's see how we can do it basically. Since how we can write it. Since A comma 3, B 2 comma 1 and C 5 comma A are collinear, therefore slope of AB equals slope of BC. Or slope of AB, what you can find slope of AB? 1 minus 3 by 2 minus A equals 1 minus 3 divided by, oh sorry, this is slope of AB I wrote, now slope of BA. A minus 1 divided by 5 minus 2, or minus 2 divided by 2 minus A equals A minus 1 divided by 3, right? So you can get here as minus 6 or maybe plus 6. This 2 minus A I will write as A minus 2. Let me do that. Okay. So just write or, because you are writing or, so keep on writing or. If you want implies, then start from the beginning, write implies. Or 6 equals A square minus 2A minus A plus 2, or A square minus 3A minus 4 equals 0, right? Minus 6 plus 2, okay, and minus 3A, yeah. Or A square A minus 4 equals 0. So this will give is minus 4 minus 1 equals 0, right? Hope this is clear to you guys. Hope you are comfortable using doing factorization. Any such problems, let me know. Like if you have a problem in factorization and stuff like that, which I am expecting you know it. So just in case, write in the comment section. I will reach out. A times A minus 4 plus 1 times A minus 4 equals 0. Or A equals 4 and A equals minus 1. So hence find the equation of the straight line. Now you see you have like 2 points, A equals 4 and A equals minus 1, right? Now basically when A equals 4, what will be the equation of the straight line? Equation of the straight line will be this thing, right? You can consider any 2 points. Let's say A 4 comma 3 and B 2 comma 1. You can find the equation from these two. So will be y minus y1 divided by y1 minus y2 equals x minus x1 divided by x1 minus x2, right? So let's say y minus y1. Let's say you are taking this point A comma 3, y minus 3 divided by 3 minus y1. You are taking this point B2 1. So here y is b1 and equals x minus x1. X1 is this one, A is 4 and 4 minus b is 2. So once you solve this equation, you will get x minus y minus 1 equals 0. And when you put x equals to minus 1, and I will just writing the result here, when x equals minus 1, you will get the result. Similarly, you put it on this any two of them, let's say a comma 3 and b 2 comma 1. When you put it, you will get the result as 2x plus 3y minus 7 equals 0. I'm sure you can able to perform this mathematical calculation, these equations. right? Just put it in this equation and find the value of the straight line. Okay, equation of the straight line. All right. So let's move to the next problem then. Hope this is clear to you guys how you will approach this problem. ABCD is a parallelogram where A, B, C, and D are given. Find the coordinates of A, the equation of the diagonal BD. Okay, similar approach. Please try it on your own first. Okay, hope you did that. Let's move to the solution. So you see, A, B, C, D is parallelogram is something like this, right? Where two sides are parallel to each other. Like this side will be parallel to this side, and this side will be parallel to this side. This is a parallelogram, right? But you see this. Let's say this is A, B, C, and D. When you when you draw a line from B and D, and when you draw a line from A and C, this will be the center, the midpoint. Center is, let's say, O. So the midpoint of B and D, which is center O, is equal to the midpoint of A and C, right? It will be the same midpoint. So let's say now you have all the four coordinates. So only A is not given, X, Y, which you need to find. You have at least B, D, and C. From B and D, you can find O, right? By according to midpoint section formula, which I did, by the way. I did a video on it revision yesterday, so please check that if you want. That it will also be helpful. Okay, in this month we'll cover all the topics revision for all the topics individually. Okay, so first you have to find the midpoint of O. So you find the midpoint of from section formula, and now you know C. Use section formula again, midpoint section formula again for A and C. So you will get what is A, because you know O and C now. Okay, so let us okay, it's given. Okay, you can just directly write midpoint of B 5 comma 8 and D 2 comma minus 4 is 5 plus 2 divided by 2 comma 8 minus 4 divided by 2, or 7 by 2, right? Did I do right? B is 5. Yeah, this is fine. 7 by 2, and this is 2, right? So now you see, you can do right midpoint of A, which is xy, and D, which is 2. No, sorry, A, B, C, D, right? A and C. Midpoint of A and C, right? So A and C, which is 4 comma 7, is how much is the midpoint? X plus 4 by 2 comma y plus 7 by 2, right? Therefore, you can form the equation out according to the problem. You kind of framed it up. Now just the writing part. According to the problem, x plus 4 by 2 is equal to 7 by 2, and 2 is equals to y plus 7 by 2, right? So just do this calculation. X plus 4 by 2 equals 7 by 2. This implies 2 and 2 gets cancelled. X equals 3, and you can form like this, which is y plus 7 by 2 equals 2. Alright, so this gives us y equals 1. Hence, the coordinate of A is given as 3 comma 1. Alright, now you have to find out what is the equation of BD. This is a piece of cake, right? I already said, gave you the 2 point form straight line. How can you form the 2 point form equation, right? This one, 2 point form. If 2 points are given, how will you find the equation of a straight line? So I already gave you that. So now in equation of for the equation of a diagonal BD, you already have BD and also you know A O, the center. So but so let me just do it still. So equation of the diagonal BD will be, you can just write y minus y1 divided by, write this also, okay, in the exam, x minus x1 divided by x1 minus x2. If you want, it's better in the bracket where you write where x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 are two coordinates in the line BD. If you want, you can write this line. This will make it more clear what is x1 y1. Okay, so implies, now you can write y minus y1. What is y1 here for BD? B is this 5 comma 8, D is 2 comma minus 4. So y minus 8 divided by 8 minus of minus 4 equals x minus 5 divided by 5 minus of 2. Let me do one more line. Y minus 8 divided by 12 equals x minus 5 divided by 3. Okay, so 3, this gets cancelled, we get 4 here. So the answer will be y minus 8, that will be 4x that side. So 4x minus y equals minus 20 plus 8, that is minus 12, right? So this will give the direct answer. So just write properly, after that properly write an answer. Answer number 1, you got the value as midpoint of, you got the value as 7 by 2 comma 2. Number 2, the equation of BD is 4x plus y minus 12 equals 0. So that first your teacher will see these two. Okay, the guy has done it right. Now let's see the problem. Okay, now he or she will check your solution. All right. So the having said that, let's move on. Question 3, similar approach. Try on your first, pause the video and then see the solution. Okay. Hope you have done that. Solution. In triangle ABC, A, B, C are given. Basically, yeah, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, minus 10. All three are given. Find the equation of the median through A. Alright. So if you have to find the equation of the median through A, basically these 3 points are given. Let's say A, B, C. A is 3, comma 5, B is 7, comma 8, C is 1, comma minus 10. 3 points are given. You have to find the equation of the median. Median means the midpoint of B and C, let's say, is this point D. So you have to find the equation of AD. Alright. So you have to find the, basically they have asked you to find the equation of AD. Alright. So what will be the midpoint of B and C? So first, let's say the midpoint of BD is M comma N. So just write, let us assume the midpoint of B 7 comma 8 and C 1 comma minus 10 B D M comma N. Therefore M will be equals to, what is B? 7 plus C is 1 by 2, right? Comma N will be equals to 8 minus 10 by 2, or M will be equals to 8 by 2 is 4. This is minus 1. N will be equals to minus 1. Therefore D, now okay, midpoint of B and C is D, which is 4 comma minus 1. So first you got this. Okay, now the equation of the median through A. Right now you have to find the required equation. So right, required, therefore required equation of the median, this is a required, of the median through A. What will be the required equation? It's 2 point formula. You all know y minus y1 divided by y1 minus y2 equals x minus x1 divided by x1 minus x2. You can write where x1 y1 and x2 y2 are 2 points on the straight line on the median through A, where x1 y1 and x2 y2 are 2 points on the median through A. Or you can write on the straight line which is a median, which is a median through A. Yeah, that way also you can write. Just make sure they will get it out. Better you write this straight line word. So implies y minus 2 points are now you know, right? 3 by 5 you know, and 4 and minus 1 you know. So y minus 3, sorry, y minus 5 divided by 5 minus of minus 1, x minus 3 divided by 3 of 4, right? This gives us y minus 5 divided by 6, x minus 3 divided by minus 1, which gives us y minus 5 divided by 6 equals 3 minus x, which gives us y minus 5 equals 18 minus 6x, which is 6x plus y minus 23 equals 0. So this is the answer. So answer, hence the equation of the straight, hence find the equation of the median through A. So just write, hence the equation of the median through A is 6x plus y minus 23 equals 0. Okay. So hope this is clear to you. Alright. Let's move to the next problem. Similar approach, please try, pause the video and try it first. Okay. Then please see the solution. That will help you a lot. So solution. Write down the equation of the line whose gradient is 3 by 2 and which passes through P, where P divides the line segment joining A and B in the ratio 2 is to 3. So first we have to solve this part. The second part, P divides a line joining this and this in the ratio 2 is to 3. We have to use section formula to find P first. So once we find P, now we can use, write down the equation of the line whose gradient. They have given the gradient and it said it passes through P. So we can use, what we can use? 1 point formula, right? Where 1 point you know and you know the slope, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, right? So now let's first focus on the second part of the problem. B divides a line segment joining A and 2 in the ratio, like, so basically A is given like minus 2 comma 6, B is given like 3 comma minus 4. Draw this in the exam also. Okay, it's fine. The teacher will understand that you got the point, that you are not just marking it up. You can basically know what this is 2, this is 3. It's dividing in 2 is to 3 ratio, and let's and write P equals mn. Now also write it here. Let us assume the point P which divides the line segment A minus 2 comma 6 and B 3 comma minus 4 in the ratio 2 is to 3 b m comma n. Okay, now you write therefore according to section formula, what you get according to section formula? M. What is m? What is the coordinate abscissa m, and this is ordinate n. So m you will get it as 2 times 3 plus this 3 times this minus 2 divided by this 2 plus 3, and what you get as n. Similarly, it's 2 times minus 4 plus 3 times 6 divided by 2 plus 3. Okay, hope this is clear to you. Or m equals 6 minus 6 by 5, so this will become 0. N minus 8 plus 6, sorry, 6 3 the 18 divided by 5, or m equals 0, n equals 2, right? 18 minus 8. So therefore we get p as 0 comma 2. Now write down the equation of the line whose gradient is 3 by 2 and which passes through. Okay, so basically you can directly write therefore required equation of the line whose gradient is 3 by 2 and which passes through the point P is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. If you write where m is the slope, m is the gradient, and x1 comma y1 be one point on the straight line. Just write this if you want. I think it's good to write it to be clear, so nobody can even think of deducting 1 marks. I mean, they will not deduct 1 marks even if you don't write it, that is for sure. But it will just kind of give it more clarity. Okay, just the teacher will feel better. Okay, he might consider giving you 1 marks later in the paper. Okay, when if he has some doubt that whether they should give or not, he will be more inclined towards giving you that marks maybe. So it's just about creating good impressions throughout. All right, but also having said that, the timing is very important. If this problem, and you see when you are approaching this problem, if you see you're on the verge of time, then for sure you can eliminate these lines like this. You don't need to write all these lines. You do the problem, that is fine. Even here you don't need to write. Then let us assume the point P which divides the line segment directly. Let us assume point P as m comma n. Instead of writing this entire story, just write let us assume the point P as m comma n. It all depends on your time. All right, so at the end if you do the problem and in case you feel time crunch, then remove all these lines. All right, so from here you get it as y minus y1 is how much? Oh, you got the point, right? 2. Y minus 2 equals m is 3 by 2 divided it times x minus 0. So from here you get 2y minus 4 equals 3x. You basically get 3x minus 2y plus 4 equals 0. Hope this is clear to you guys. Now after this you can write a proper answer. Alright. Hence the equation is 3x minus 2y plus 4 equals 0. Hope this is clear to you guys, right? Now let's move to the next problem. Similarly, okay. So hope you guys are trying it first. So now let's see the solution. The line through A and B is perpendicular to the line 2x minus 4y equals 5. Find the value of B. So basically they have given you one line which is 2x minus 4y equals 5. So they have given you this line and they are saying the line through this one A minus 2 comma 3 and some point B here 4 comma B. This line A and B will cut our line 2x minus 4y equals 5 at a 90 degree. It will be these two lines are perpendicular to each other. Okay. So what will the value of B? All right. So it's a simple problem, right? So you have to find the slope of this line. First find the slope of this line, then find the slope of this line. Multiply them, they should give us minus 1. As I already discussed in the summary, two lines which are perpendicular to each other, their slopes are, when multiplied, their slopes are minus 1. Alright. Now, slope of the given line 2x minus 4y equals 5 is, either you can write like this because this will give us a directly like half, right? When 4y taken to the other side, 4 divided by 2 divided by 4 is half. Or you can write, or you can simply do this thing. Slope of the given line, slope of the line this, or just change the expression here itself. 4y equals 2x minus 5, or y equals half x minus 5 by 4 is half. Since y equals half x minus 5 by 4 is of the form y equals mx plus c, where m is the slope, of the line, and also define c. C is the y-intercept. Alright. So now you got the slope as half. Now what you will find, now what you will do, of the point, slope of the line passing through A minus 2 comma 3 and B 4 comma B. What is the slope? Slope is B minus 3 divided by 4 minus of minus 2. This will give us B minus 3, 4, this will give us 6. So now you see these slopes, this one which you got as half and this one B minus 3 by 6. When multiplied, this since these are perpendicular to each other, when multiplied this should give as minus 1, right? Therefore, according to the problem, just write it here. Slope of the line passing through A and B when multiplied with slope of the line 2x minus 4y equals 5 equal to minus 1, since the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Alright. So what is the slope of the line passing through A and B? This is B minus 3 divided by 6. What is slope of the line which we got as half? 2x minus 4y equals 5. That we got as half. And this one you write in like in a colon like this, okay? Because otherwise if there is a equals, there is a equals. So just write it in a colon like this. So this is equals minus half. So from here you will get it as b minus 3 equals minus 12. This gives us b equals 12 minus 3 is 9 and it's a minus. So you get it as minus 9. So the answer, hence, the value of b is minus 9. Hope this is clear to you guys. Now let's move to the next problem. The equation of the line is 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 0. Find the slope of the line. The equation of the line perpendicular to the given line and passing through the intersection of the lines x minus y plus 2 equals 0 and 3x plus y minus 10 equals 0. So first is very easy, right? Find the slope of the line. So basically slope of the line 3x plus 4y minus 7 equals 0 or 4y equals minus 3x plus 7 or y equals minus 3 by 4x plus 7 by 4 is minus 3 by 4. This is the first answer to the first question, right? Slope of the equation of the line 3x plus 4y minus 7. Now let's come to the next problem. Equation of the line perpendicular to the given line. Alright, this is a given line. So perpendicular to the given line and passing through the intersection of the lines x minus y. Okay, so given is x minus y plus 2 equals 0. Let's consider this as equation 1. And given 3x plus y minus 10 equals 0. Okay. You can also write given two straight line equations are given as shown below. So it will be more clear what are these two equations. These are two straight line equations. Okay. Now you can do simply, so you wrote this is 1, this is 2. So from 1 plus 2, what will we get from 1 plus 2? If you do 1 plus 2, y and y gets cancelled. So you get 4x. You get it as minus 8 equals 0, implies you get x equals 2. Alright. So putting x equals to 2 in 1, what will you get? If you put x equals 2 in 1, you will get it as 2 minus 1 plus 2 equals 0, implies y gives us 4. So you will get y equals 4, right? Therefore, the point of intersection of the lines x minus y plus 2 equals 0 and 3x plus y minus 10 equals 0 is what? 2 comma 4, right? Now you see the equation of the line perpendicular to the given line. All right. So what will be the slope of the given line? Required slope. No, you know it's not required. You have to, okay. Slope of the required line, basically. What will be the slope of the required line? Slope of the required line, you can just write like slope of the required line times slope of the line which is given line 3x plus 4y minus 7. This will be equals minus 1 since the two lines are perpendicular to each other. Alright, so these two lines are perpendicular to each other. This will give it as minus 1. So this implies slope of the required line is what? That you have to find. Again, write slope of the required line times slope of the line that you got it as minus 3 by 4 equals minus 1. So slope of the required line equals 4 by 3. Alright. So now you got slope of the required line 4 by 3. You got the point of intersection. Basically, that means you got one point of that required line, which is 2 comma 4. Therefore, using one point formula, if you want, you can write, or otherwise directly write. Therefore, equation of the required line is, use the one point formula, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. But if you want, that's fine. Use, if you remember, just write it. No harm if you, no harm to you write it if you remember it. Therefore, using one point formula, the equation, the equation of the required straight line is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. If you want, write where x1 comma xy1 are one point of the straight line and m is the gradient. It gives us y minus 4 equals 4 by 3 times x minus 2. This gives us 3y minus 12 equals 4x minus 8, or it gives us 4x minus 3y plus 4 equals 0. So answer, hence the required equation of the straight line is 4x minus 3y plus 4 equals 0. This will be the answer. So hope this is clear to you. Now let's move to the next problem. I think, yeah, two problems are there. Two more problems for equation of straight line. So A, B, C are the vertices of a triangle. So three vertices are given. Find the coordinates of the centroid G of the triangle. So you see, if three coordinates are given, which is minus 1, 3, B 4 comma 2, C 3 comma minus 2. If three coordinates are given of a triangle, what will be the centroid G? The centroid G is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Right? Hope you guys remember this formula from the section formula. I wrote this in the section formula revision. All right. Now coordinates coordinates of the centroid G of the triangle ABC is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, or minus 1 plus, you can just, even you don't need to write this thing, because they have given you the numbers, right? They have given you ABC, so it's fine. You can directly write minus 1 plus 4 plus 3 by 3, comma 3 plus 2 minus 2 by 3. So you will get it as 2 comma 1. So this will be your answer 1. Now find the equation of the line through G which is parallel to AC. So this is parallel to AC. Now they want a line like this. What will be the equation of this line if this line is parallel to AC? So slope, you have to, what you have to do, you have to find the slope of AC, that will be equal to the slope of this line. All right. So the slope of AC is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It equals to y2 is minus 2. Yeah, it's better to write even this line, because the teacher expects you to know this formula x1 x2. So I think it's a good idea to write it, even this y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. All right. Even if you don't want to explain, that's fine. What is y1 x1, you don't need to, that is fine. You just write y2 minus y1, because he will understand. Y2 is minus 2, y1 is minus 3, x2 is 3, x1 is minus 1. So this is minus 5 by 4. So you got the slope of AC is as minus 5 by 4. Therefore, slope of the required line is equals minus 5 by 4. Reason, since slope of the line passing through G is parallel to the line AC, right? Since their parallel slope is here. So using 1 point form, right? Again, using 1 point form, equation of the required line will be y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which is implies y minus y1 is 1 here, right? The coordinates of the g, the the ordinate of g is 1, right? And m is, you got it as 5 by 4, minus 5 by 4, and x is x minus x1, the abscissa of g is 2, right? X minus 2. So from here you will get it as 4y minus 4 equals minus 5x plus 10. So you will get it as 5x plus 4y minus 14 equals 0. This will be your required answer. Hope this is clear to you. So write a proper answer at the end. Answer 1 is 2 comma 1, and answer 2 is this 5x plus 4y minus 14 equals 0. Just write it also. Okay. So let's move to the last problem which we have today. 8. Solution. So ABCD is a rhombus. There, it's a rhombus. The coordinates of A and C are, so rhombus is something like this. So in a rhombus, the diagonals intersect each other at a 90 degree, bisect each other at 90 degree. This is a property of a rhombus. Okay. So diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. Okay. Now it's given ABCD the rhombus. The coordinates of A and C are given. A is 3 comma 6, C is minus 1 comma 2. Write down the equation of BD. So you see, when A, C are given, you will find the midpoint O easily, right? So first you write diagonals for rhombus bisect each other right angly. Therefore, no, not therefore. Right now, write midpoint of A 3 comma 6 and C minus 1 comma 2 is 3 minus 1 divided by 2, 6 plus 2 divided by 2, or 1 comma 4, right? So you got the midpoint O. Now, so you got write down the equation of BD. So BD, you got 1 point BD, the for the line BD you got 1 point O, right? Because this O also passes through BD, right? So 1 4 you got it. So now you have to find what is the slope of line AC. Slope of line AC will be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So y2 is 2 minus y1 is 6, x2 is minus 1, x1 is 3. So this will give you minus 4 by minus 4 equals just 1. Alright. Now therefore slope of line BD equals minus 1 divided by slope of line AC, right? Since AC and BD are perpendicular to each other. right? So hope this is clear to you. So slope of BD is 1 minus slope of AC. AC you got the slope as 1. So you will get it as slope of BD as minus 1, right? So therefore required equation of BD is, you can either write using 1.4 form or not, that's fine. Right, is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, which gives us y minus y1 as, what is y1? You got the point O, right? What is this? 1 comma 4. So y minus y1 is 4, m is minus 1, x is x, x1 is 1. So you will get it as y minus 4 equals minus x plus 1, which will give you x plus y minus 5 equals 0. Hope this is clear to you guys. So this was the last problem for today's. We will do like this. We will revise all the topics covered in ICSE mathematics, and I'm sure it will help a lot for your boards. We will select like 7, 8, 10 problems for each topic, and some problems from previous years. Maybe some are not from previous years. Like that, we will select which we think have some probability of coming in the exam. And before that, we will give you a summary of that chapter, so that you know what are the important topics you need to know before you can start solving the problems. Okay, so having said that, hope you enjoyed the session, and please like this video and subscribe to our channel if you find this useful to you. All right, and also turn on the notification icon, uh, because whenever we release one video, it will help you to reach, it will help to, it will reach out to you, right? So that will be helpful to you, I guess. So thank you so much for listening to me, for being with me so far. Okay, so have a great rest of the day. All right, bye, thank you.